class, I'm going to be showing you the basics of using Photoshop. Now, my screen might look a little bit different to yours. I am using Photoshop CC 2018. To customize what you view, all you need to do is click onto Windows, and you can tick or untick any particular menu items you would like. The main ones you will be using would be your characters menu, which is your text or type tool, colors, history, layers, and library. Those are the main ones I always tick. So make sure that you got those ticked, and then they will be appearing on the right hand window panel. Okay, and this is where your layers menu is over here. Now, I know this does look very overwhelming, guys, and I was in the same position as you were, going, what the heck are all these buttons? And I just got so overwhelmed by it that I actually left Photoshop, and I didn't go back into Photoshop until a little while later. And the reason why I decided to go back into Photoshop to learn is because my designs weren't as crisp as I wanted them to be. And so I started watching YouTube tutorials on that and trying to figure out how to work Photoshop. And lo and behold, I found out that Photoshop is actually a lot easier than what I thought it would be. And the reason for this is you're only going to be using a certain amount of buttons. Just a little secret, you're only going to be using a few buttons, so don't feel like this is going to be too overwhelming, because I can promise you it's not going to be overwhelming. So the main tools that I always use are my paint bucket, my shape tool, my type tool, my crop tool, and my move tool. A little bit about my favorite tools. Now, your first one is the move tool. Now, this is what you use if you want to move something in your document. You use this tool. The marquee tool. This tool you use to align things. So if you're wanting something to be exactly in the center of your canvas, or on the left hand side or the right hand side, this is the tool we use. And there is your eraser tool. And if you actually see on the right hand side of some of these buttons, there is like a little down arrow. And if you actually right click, it actually brings up more like subtitles, you could say. Okay. And that's where my paint bucket is. So that's another one that I like to use. Okay. And this is known as a type tool, but it could also be your text tool. And then my shape tool. And those are pretty much the ones I use the most. My shape tool, my type tool, my paint bucket, and my crop tool, and my move tool.